This is True Buzz, that Mary J. Now we ain't new to this. For my stoners and for my cannabis enthusiasts, never heard a show as good as this. Number one, it's the best. Bringing in many special guests in the industry of cannabis. Business owners to growers, even artists you know of. So sit back and just roll up. Perfect show for my smokers. True Buzz, hey.
What's happening today, guys? Welcome to the True Bud Show podcast. It is truly an honor. We have a legend in the building, a couple legends right here sitting down today. Oh, geez, I can't even put it in words how happy I am to have them here today. We have Jason Harris of Jerome Baker Designs, founder, long, rich history we were just talking about with Dean here. And yeah, I'll just keep it short and let you guys, take it from there if that's cool with you.
Right on, man. I have my friend Dean Gelfand with me today. He does the Kind Group. And, we wanted to kind of tap in with you guys, tell a story a little bit. The brand is functioning. We're here in Las Vegas. We have an incredible studio here, kind of like a Willy Wonka vibe going on. Bunch of guys making bongs. And, lo and behold, we're able to do it now with the laws, the powers that be in our area. I have a license to manufacture cannabis paraphernalia right here in this building. It's called the Las Vegas Dream Factory. And we're super stoked to be on the show today and kind of tell you about what's going on. We have a great cannabis play going on in California. We're in all what I consider the premium dispensaries in the state. And if we're not, they can get a hold of us through our distributor, Pounds Distribution, LBS. And Dean here and I are making a big play with apparel and starting to have some fun with it and really bring some cool designs that are kind of go-to closet pieces on a daily. And the big picture around it is it kind of tells a story without being too blunt. If you see somebody else with Jerome Baker gear on, you're going to know they're a weed smoker too. So you kind of know your tribe. It's a little bit of a marker, a little distinguishing thing. And, it's kind of a who's Jerome thing. What is it? Which one's pink? And we've had a lot of fun with this through the years. So what do you think? Give me a question. Like, what do you think? What do you know about my brand? And what's something that's driving you to contact me to be on the show?
Well, man, in terms of the brand, I heard about you, many years ago. I was in Jersey smoking when I was like 16, lived in Kansas for a while. I think the first time I saw one of your bongs was my buddy in KC actually had it. And he's like, oh man, I just got this, for my birthday, whatever, we smoked out of that. He had some really nice dark purple nugs. And I even think I think he was from Cali actually, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, we were just smoking on that, man. And then lately though, I've started diving into your stuff, man, even deeper. I've been just looking at, what you're doing, the history of what's, you've done, and just being so deep entrenched in the space. And like I was saying, it's a true honor, talking to you about it, because that's deep, man. And it just shows through what you're doing. We were just talking a moment ago with Dean, your apparel, everything. And I really like how you're hitting every angle with that factory. It looks awesome, man. I even caught some of your podcast recently. Pretty sick, man. I just kind of, we don't need to dive into history and all, but I thought it was pretty interesting too, that whole crazy bust that went down, man. And kind of, you were on I'm not sure how you felt, but I feel like if it was me, I'd be on the highest high, feeling so good, business is crushing it. And then all of a sudden out of nowhere get busted for some bullshit.
Right. It's it was part of my path to get me where I am today. I was manufacturing, water pipes for many years in Eugene, Oregon. 70 employees, doing $4 million a year in sales in the late 90s, early 2000. And in 2003, I was arrested with Tommy Chong and 55 others in what they called Operation Pipe Dreams. And, it was kind of like using the political system or the justice system to make a political statement. And I just got caught up in it. But fast forward to today, it gives me street cred. I did the time for the plant. and for the laws that are that are still among us right now. So part of our whole thing is bringing light and awareness to, what's actually happened with legalization, where we're at, and trying to get this thing over the hump right now, so we can be a little more free with what we do. We still are glass pipe makers, and part of the big, innuendo for us is that glass blowing is not a crime, but it still is in certain capacities in certain states. And we want to definitely bring light to that. Try to keep highlighting what we're on our mission for, which is to legalize the plant and give it respect that it's due.
And that's so commendable, man. And when you're saying this, for some reason, like a vision of just like a tree popped in my head, man, because you're so like deep rooted and all the branches coming off. You have so many different angles working, and you're one, but still so deep in the culture, the system, and it's just cool to hear from you, man.
Part of the magic for me as an artist is I make the one glass bong. People see the one piece that we make, and then it gets sold, and that's it. We can't replicate it. Similar to a painter can replicate paintings, or a sculptor can make bronze editions, the glass piece is only one. So it's taught me how to use media to show off the glass, show the lifestyle that surrounds it, and the creation that unfolds to make it happen. So with all that combined, it's kind of, it's got a lot of really cool energy. It relates to the cannabis in that creative way. So people kind of get off on it. There's been, since I started making glass, tens of thousands of glass blowers that have started making glass. So, you have to understand, it's like guitars. It's like a new art form. It's like the street artists too. People put different names around it. My name's not really Jerome Baker. It's Jason Harris. And Jerome is giving respect to Jerry Garcia, who we followed around and got inspired to make these bongs. And Baker is what you do with the bong. And Designs got me into some, good discounts in the stores. So we wrapped that, alias around it so that I didn't have to be personally associated with manufacturing drug paraphernalia. And still to this day, that's what goes on. So we've just finished a TV show. It's called Operation Pipe Dreamers. It's on Instagram. You can follow us there to find out when it releases. Everything's ready to go. We're just kind of waiting for it to go to the right channel. So that's going to be a lot of fun, and you're going to be able to see and hear the story around the illegality of it and the transition of the pipe making world into an art world. So a lot of fun to be a part of that, and super stoked to see it come out. Make sure you guys follow it on Instagram, Operation Pipe Dreamers.
I find it so interesting how glass blowing is so regional and so local in some way. I've learned all this in the last few years about how there's so much into this industry, and obviously he sits in such a unique place in it. But on a local level, there's amazing artists who, some of which I know you've worked with, and this is what the show is about, bringing everyone together here. It's in every city, it's in every state, it's in every country, and it really is an amazing art, and there's so much to be, so much more that people learn about. And this show's going to be, that vehicle to show this, because you can now, respect on a local level. You can actually, he goes to different countries and different cities, and he brands these pieces of art to that local, and people just love it. There's so many opportunities from it.
We have some cool stuff going on this month, or next month in California. I'm going to be at Cookies Sacramento on June 19th.
Nice.
I'm going to be out there blowing glass, doing demos, and selling the new live resin. We're also going to be at Earth Medicine in LA on June 26th. Love you to come down. You can do your podcast live from the gig. We can get a bunch of people interviewed. We can talk about the hash. Dean will be on site. It'll be a lot of fun. We're also going to be in DC Collective in LA on July 10th. So that's another big LA gig. More than welcome to come down. Let's have a little fun. Let's get some crowds down there. We're going to be giving away a ton of glass at all these events. Everybody who comes and buys 1 gram of live resin gets a little ticket. And at 420, I give away thousands of dollars worth of bongs on the table to everybody holding these little tickets. The last one is at the High Times Dispensary in Oakland on July 31st. That's another big one. We're going to have a good time down there. So, let's tap in and keep things going. I like to promote the glass blowing experience, again, through media. That's the best way to get it out into people's eyes. I just last week did a lecture at the Glass Art Society virtual conference talking about how to run a successful glass blowing studio in this tumultuous time. So just trying to appeal and show different studio owners and business people maybe some different ways and techniques that they too can break into the cannabis industry and be part of this, throttling experience that we're all blessed to be born into here in this day and age. So, however I can help spread the word and the knowledge, that's what it's kind of all about for me.
That's awesome. I can't wait to be at some of those events, for real. And
Cool.
like with that glass blowing, from an outsider perspective, I've always, even watching some of your videos recently, I still can't like wrap my head around how it's like done. It's just kind of one of those things where I'm like, how is this piece of art right here coming out of this fire? How is it? And I think it'll be really cool to watch that series.
I attune it to being a human 3D printer being channeled by aliens. Those little pipes are going to be your keys to get into Mothership when it lands. So make sure you got your dab rig with you at all times, because when the thing touches down, you're going to insert and go. Other than that, I have no fucking clue. It's weird, man. It's
20,
just coming
30,
out. It's been
40
done for
man
5,000
hours
years.
per ball.
Yeah, some of the pieces are incredible.
With artists that have decades of experience. The art, the bong is the glass is the vehicle, and it's a lifestyle, and we're having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, I know I need to get one for sure. So I'm hoping when I get that little raffle ticket, when I buy that gram, I'm hoping I win, man.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Everybody's a winner down there. We give away a ton of stuff. And, we've been having a lot of fun with it at the dispensaries. It really kind of turns people onto the brand, and, it gets people high, man. It's not only just a fun thing. It's actually a tool for inspiration. So people use it. They name it. Some of these people are naming them names, and they have this whole wild experience with it, and then it breaks. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
part of the beauty's in the fragility. I tell them all good bongs go to heaven.
I
So
love
that kind of keeps us going, man.
I had my first spill on the boat recently. It didn't break. Thank God.
I'm gonna have to make you a special boat bong, dude.
Do you have to use your Jerome Baker every time, or is it like your special china that you bring it out with good friends?
Me?
I'm asking in general. When is it a daily rig?
Or is it there's a few different kinds. You get the low, just the regular $175 fees just for your daily driver,
right?
And then after that, you want to have a little collection of some good stuff on the shelves that you can show off or take out to an event when it matches your outfit.
The idea that you bring people over and cook and this being part somehow is in the fabric of what's going on now. Of an amazing night,
right?
It's amazing where this is going, and there really is this. He talks about how fragile the glass is, and it's a lot like similar to life.
Absolutely, life, relationships, the whole shebang.
Like that.
But in the end, it's going to be about having some fun. We got to go out. We got to enjoy life. We got to enjoy what we're doing. These particular pieces that I make with the rubber grommets, the way I make them, give you a hit unlike any other. They're meant to just be packed a little bit of weed in there, just a little bit. You grind it up. You put a little bit in. You light it. And you snap it through. That's why it's called a snap and pull bowl system. You snap the hit through. You pull the bowl chamber out and you exhaust the whole chamber into your lungs. The young guys like you, a big bong, no problem. The old guys like me, I use the little tiny 38 mil. But those pieces, that's the high that you're looking to get. You know what I mean? Yes, you're going to get the flavor. Yes, you're going to conserve weed. Yes, you can put ice cubes in the stem. Yes, you can fill it with rose petals. You can be creative. But reality is it's about that hit that you're going to get and the way the whole function works. That's what the whole Jerome Baker thing's about. So in the end, it's a tool for enlightenment, man. It's a sacred object. You know, it's part of your daily ritual. I'm surprised. I watch Instagram. I see all these people. You know, a part of their daily ritual is to do the bong hit and film themselves, and then they tag me. And it's so much fun to see everybody waking up Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays. They draw all the fun pictures on Instagram. They spend so much time maybe dressing themselves up and getting ready to do their bong hit. You know what I mean? And that alone to me is just a lot of fun to watch on the daily and see how many people are actually getting inspired today.
Jason, talk a little bit about Instagram and going live every day and where you've taken this and from a media. It's just
Every day,
I look
every
forward
day,
to my
yeah.
12:30 Instagram
Yeah.
live Instagram.
Every day at 12:30, we do a live here out of the studio. We have Nicola. She's just a wonderful being to watch on the screen, and she's going through a virtual dance, showing people what's new. And now we have different people stopping in every day, whether it's models or wrestlers or tattoo artists, and people want to talk.
Podcasters.
People want to talk about their stuff. So with that, it's become a lot of fun. You can watch today. We had Cherokee Eden. Yesterday, she had Gaines and Ganja, the workout queen that does the weed. So just everybody wants to stop by and tell a little bit about their story and kind of share experiences. And that is the cannabis tribe that we have. From the podcast to the glass blower to the guy in Humboldt County sticking his fingers in the ground. You know, we're all one tribe, and that's what the apparel and the stuff that we're making kind of represents to people. This stuff that's outside of our glass realm.
I would be remiss, not since I'm the merchandiser in the room, not to mention the entrepreneurialism and the big business that's going on here on so many levels. The truth is, one of the truths are the Instagrams are also driving a whole wholesale universe that goes out that helps retailers all over the world. The world, is that safe to say? The world. And it's interesting, the modern approach. This is how this is becoming a huge part of to get the message out. And it's so different than the past where you would have, traditional sales reps going around. The fact that this drives to stores and then turns around and these stores retail this product, helping stores. And it's just, I find it very unique and I wanted to.
The biggest problem with all of it is that it's all handmade, very unique. And the people that make the pieces are highly skilled craftsmen, so somewhat irreplaceable. So as we move forward in space and time, it's not like a Gucci bag I can have some Chinese factory make for me. It's made right here on the site in Vegas. So each piece becomes that much more valuable. We break X amount of pieces. I mean, it's very, very difficult to maintain a business, a sustainable business, and make these one-of-a-kind handmade pieces and still give people great deals. 90% of what we sell is wholesale to our people that have supported us for the past 30 years. So with that being said, we have to give them good deals so they can, sell it in their own stores. And it's all a balancing act right now.
And there's something too, like you were saying earlier, just the fact that it is like that it is handmade, one of a kind. Nobody else has it sitting on their dresser in their room, as that ritual. And like when you were saying earlier, people tagging you and doing that too, like it must be so dope to, be not only creating it, like you're saying, but just having it's still being created with the content. Like it's really cool how it's full circle like that. And like what you have going on, with people coming in from the growers to the glass to everything, like I'm not a glass blower, obviously, but like that's my dream kind of, is to be able to have, you know, all the things functioning in within the tribe too. And that's why I love doing this, man. In the community, everybody so cool, man. And it's just good to sit down, talk, and learn from you guys, and just some insight, man. Like the metaphor with the glass earlier in life, man. That's gonna stick with me for damn sure, you know.
Well, we think about legalization here, okay, and then now take what is it going to bring us? It's going to bring us, I believe, a little bit more mellow / creative society. So we take that translation and we put it in a Germany, Holland, Netherlands, these kind of places, and where's that going to go? The Middle East, Russia. That's our next targets, where we want to penetrate with cannabis to calm them down and to make them be free thinkers. This inspires, creativity, inspires change, and inspires recycling, and inspires, kind of thinking about what's grounding you. And, this is real, it, and I know it. And so if we can get them to know it in the future, that's the ultimate, man. When we go on a global level with this thing, we change everything.
That's a beautiful vision, man. Have you always been, obviously you've always been a visionary like that, man. It's crazy to think, like, that's one of the dopest things I've heard on this podcast, that like whole world view and thinking about it like that. Cause I know for me, it's easy being here in California to kind of just think about this market, what's going out here. I like talking to people though on this podcast. I've talked to like people in Canada, a girl in Switzerland. And that's why the media is so cool too, is getting that and kind of going around the world with it. But
absolutely,
these glass pieces of art are all over the planet. They're we need to up the board, little pin board of where these are.
Yeah, God view.
If you could follow God view, I like that. If you could follow, yeah, it's fascinating.
We're gonna have some fun as this legalization thing unfolds, and you have places like Mississippi, you have places like Virginia, places that are popping up on the map, Florida, and you see everybody scrambling to kind of get centered in those different little areas. What's unfolding in front of our eyes? Who are the experts? Who does respect the plant, and how it all unfolds? We're not just like over here on some comedy sketch, making fun of how we can smoke the plant. We're actually treating it as a sacred object.
Big business, and with an important message. Jason, talk about what you're trying to do in 2021 and 22. Where is this going? If you could only see what I'm surrounded by here.
Yeah, I think that we represent a genre of cannabis that, in my language, it's called hillbilly to hip hop. So the bong is for everybody. We have all kinds of different things, from 666 on the back of one to a little cute mushroom. So we try to cover all the bases, and we want to kind of, exploit that, get it out into the mass. With the ultimate thing here is to show what we have. We have an incredible little store here, showrooms. In the end, I'm an artist, so I'd like to just plug the art into different pop-ups, plug the art into the cannabis that we're doing in California, and take that on a national, if not global level. For the right now, we're trying to deal with California, make sure we're well established in California, that all the top dispensaries have us in stock. After that, you can get our products all online, JeromeBaker.shop. All the t-shirts are there. The apparel is killer. We want everybody to kind of become part of the tribe. And I think that representing it with all the different stuff that we offer is a great first step.
The categories that are opening up too. He gets contacted by, it's so much bigger than just t-shirts.
We've done a lot of bands over the COVID. I was just contacting bands and saying, hey, throw some stuff on your website. So we had a lot of different activations with that. Slightly Stupid, Fortunate Youth, Cottonmouth Kings, just to name a few, 311. So we've done some really cool activations where we made pieces. We've done a lot of different cannabis brands, custom pieces. We have people calling up, they need 100 pieces for their crew. They want to do a giveaway. And so we
Big
just try to
business,
create
the amount of giving in
customs and
this.
stuff.
Gifting Jerome Baker on the business level is a huge marketing.
It's more valuable than currency sometimes.
Yeah, it's more valuable. You want to get people to appreciate your products. You gift them a Jerome Baker design, and
I love that.
they love it. And so it's amazing how much of this product is gifted. This is the ultimate appreciation that I know of, really, in cannabis. This is, that very special gift that you'll get, and certain people will understand it, and it's been a good ride.
And it's the gift that keeps on giving, right? And
Yeah, it's a grind, man. We're first on the court, last off the court every single fucking day right now. So that's the only way to do this. There's a big peloton fucking flying along here, and we try to stay up in the front of it as close as we can to the draft. And every once in a while, we get up in the front of this thing. So we're out here pedaling, and we could definitely use your support. And the support I'm looking for is to go into the dispensary, buy the hash, open it up, tell me what you think, smoke it, tell me how you feel right there.
Tell your friends.
Everything is on the. Everything is on.
Go to the website.
It's
Travel
super
with
chronic.
Jerome Baker.
I know when I get it for sure, I'll be, giving it to some friends on podcasts in the future.
Awesome.
when we're in person. I'm definitely gonna. You got me inspired too. I'm definitely gonna get it, man. Do all types of stuff with it, man. That's what it's all
You
about.
can do a great contest with your listeners, for the collab.
Yeah, however I can help. And then if you're ever coming out to Vegas, make sure you stop by Las Vegas Dream Factory.
There's
The
nothing
address
like it
is
in the
there
world.
on the Instagram.
I might just have
Follow
to come make a
Dream
special trip.
Factory. We're doing virtual tours every day, so people call up. They want to see some pieces. I have the girl answer the FaceTime. She walks them through the whole counters and cases, and kind of shows them what's available. So it's kind of like when Harry Potter's wand picked him. This is a great way to have the bong pick you. If you're sitting out there in Manhattan somewhere, sitting up in Maine somewhere, you could just dial in, FaceTime her. She's a smoking hottie. She'll talk you through it, and it's a lot of fun. It's a really cool experience, and it's where our pivot lies out of the COVID. Is coming into this virtual gallery world and having a lot of fun.
You don't hear a lot about experiences virtually.
That's some serious. That's the next level right there.
It's actually working, and people are, it's as well as the activation in stores. The experiencing this is the best way to get introduced to the brand.
And I'm ready to. I'm excited to, man. Like I said, I have before, man, and it's memorable. So I'm excited to get this, get your new product, get the flower too, man, and definitely want to come out and say what's up one day. And I also I know you
come out to one of the gigs. I'll list them all on my Instagram. You can just check in there when the dates are. If you want to come down and do a podcast live, hit me up on the side. Let me know, and we'll get you table situated so you can be out there interviewing some people about the experience that they're having down there, and we can talk about it.
Badass. Thank you, and thanks again. I know you guys are super busy for carving the time out to come on the show today. It really means a lot. So thanks again on that.
Very
right
welcome,
on, man. Thank you
Very
so
inspiring
much.
what you're doing.
Thank
Hit
you
me
guys.
up.
Likewise, man. Thank you guys.
Bye-bye.
Jerome_Baker on Insta. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I'll put everything below too for everybody, whether it's video or the audio, so everybody can come check it out.
Awesome. Thanks
Thank
again,
you.
brother.
Thank you, guys.
This is True Buzz, that Mary J. Now we ain't new to this. For my stoners and for my cannabis enthusiasts, never heard a show as good as this. Number one, it's the best. Bringing in many special guests in the industry of cannabis. Business owners to growers, even artists you know of. So sit back and just roll up. Perfect show for my smokers. True Buzz, ayy.